It's a disgrace, Will. Like, this is the opening game of the weekend. It's the opening Premier League weekend, and we're talking about VAR. And people will go, stop moaning. I'm not going to stop moaning because it's the first weekend of they can't get it right on the first weekend. They've changed nothing. They don't even have the offside decision ready yet to go, which thankfully there wasn't any dodgy offsides. But I just thought, where do you start? The Eze free kick, the Kovacic handball, the Shah headbutt, and the Matty Cash penalty. All that should be like 2 months worth. That's like 2 days worth.
Right.
It's unacceptable.
Calm down. Watching a game of football live and then going to watch your Twitter feed is like watching two different things. You and the Chelsea versus Manchester City game, I couldn't believe some of the stuff that was coming out of your mouth. And dare I say, I think you're adding...
Because it's so good.
I dare say you're adding to the problem because I think you've gone in there. Anthony Taylor's already got a bad taste in your mouth. Manchester City got another bad taste in your mouth. And I think... where we have got such a really strong independent voice, you don't help us when you're coming out with some of the tosh that you came out with at the weekend. Kovacic, read the rules, mate. They've changed the rules. Yeah, you might not...
I tell you what, I'm going to call hear ye. What Will's doing here is he's gone for the weakest decision.
What are you on about? That's the biggest decision. It's the top of the running order.
No.
That's why we have a running order.
No. We are not starting the VAR debate with the Kovacic handball, where he's going to get the rule book out and go, well, technically his hand's in a natural position. Let's start off with Matty Cash's penalty. Yeah. What are you going to say about that?
Well, no, you've done it. You just 180'd and done exactly what we were having a chat by the coffee machine, and I said Matty Cash wasn't a penalty. So you've just done what I've done to you.
Yeah, it's not a penalty.
Yeah, exactly. That's the obvious one. Well, let's go to Eze then.
Yeah.
Oh, big orator for being speaking.
Don't worry, everybody. We will actually talk about some of these incidents in a minute instead of batting further and forth to try and win points.
Right, no, Eze. Let's start with Eze then.
Yeah.
Right.
Disgusting.
You say about being a voice of the people.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, woke up, missed this one. Monday morning, that's the biggest disgrace of the weekend, and you can't be asked to watch it.
If your girlfriend goes to Ibiza and has a really good time, and then you don't find out till she gets back, she's still bloody cheated on you. And if I don't find out that Eze's free kick was an absolute disgrace until Monday morning because I've been busy, it's still a horrible decision. I tell you what, that referee's lucky I didn't find out till Monday morning because I would be doubly mad than I am now. I'm mad. That is, if you've not seen that Eze free kick, I'll tell you what. I respect Crystal Palace fans now. You've got the patience of a bumblebee.
Yeah.
Them bumblebees are patient, by the way, but they have got patience because if that happened to Man United, you wouldn't hear the end of it.
Yeah, but exactly. But then that's why, if it was a top 16, you'd be straight in there barking away, and there'd be 4 to 5 tweets
I'm barking away now.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It just gets lost amongst the ether.
I'm barking so much, I've tried to get speed on, just to bark in the background.
And I just think that's what gets lost. If it's down the bottom half, we say it about the mainstream, so we have to be accountable to ourselves. Yeah. That was the worst decision of the weekend. The referee, to be fair to him, spoke to Palace and said, I got it wrong. So you have to say, fair enough, he was accountable.
Okay, but back on the girlfriend again. She's come back from Ibiza. She's had a bloody good time. Yeah. Apologies, I got it wrong. It's fine. We don't need to run any tests.
No.
Let's just try.
No. But I'm saying what it ties into is what we were speaking about last year. I think about the referee was just looking at the players, wasn't even looking where the free kick was coming in. And it ties back to what we were speaking about. If we are going to criticise the referees, which we do need to do, is about almost that narcissism that I was talking about. They're just so quick to almost like... And it wasn't even a foul on... Will Hughes got fouled and he was the Palace player. He was just so quick to be on it. And Eze was very... mild-mannered in his
I think it's the best thing you've said so far, that the referees are narcissists and they're too quick to try and get their moment. The same thing happened with the Matty Cash penalty as well, which we'll talk about. If you take your time, you make the right decision. Just don't rush into the wrong decision. I was on holiday in Magaluf, right?
Not Ibiza.
And I was in Magaluf and went into a bar. I was about 18. Mrs. can't get me for this. We weren't together. There was about 6 girls in a group and they were like, very interested. Right? They were very interested.
VAR check, absolute horseshit.
Anyway, the point is, they were having we just bought some drinks. They were talking to me and my mate. They were very interested. I quickly scouted around. I was like, who's got the best personality and who's the most compatible with me? Some people might have looked at other things first. I just looked at that. I could have just gone for whatever was there. But I didn't. I took my time. And this is what referees need to do. They need to follow the Magaluf. They need to follow the Magaluf rule.
Yeah.
That referee in that game Oh my God, you're right. It's not a foul. It's not even a foul. Will Hughes is fouled, but oh my God, what's he even looking at? Eze doesn't even put the cross in. He shoots, it hits the front post and goes in, and he's looking at what's going on in the box. Foul. And if you're Eze, you must be going, did you not watch what I just did? I've just done the keeper on the front post. I didn't even cross it in. Foul. And why has VAR not come in?
Yeah, well, because
somebody said VAR can't get involved.
VAR can't get involved because he blew the whistle before the ball hit the back of the net.
That's a nonsense.
No, I know.
This. You know what? I'm telling you now, low key, Poundland version, BTEC, whatever you want to call it. Remember last season with Liverpool and the offside goal where VAR know it's onside and they don't do anything about it.
Our favourite one.
What are you doing, Howard Webb? Like, it's a new season now, and we've got the same issue. And you won't listen to this on Match of the Day. It's the same as the Liverpool offside in the sense that Howard Webb's done nothing. VAR, for the good of the game, should be able to go, hey, ref, you know, it's not really in our remit, but guess what? It is now. You've made a right mistake there. Just come and have a look at it at the side of the pitch. That's your get out. This is what we do for penalties. Instead, we're sat here on a Monday morning going, that is an absolute disgrace, and it's cost Crystal Palace a point.
Yeah, but I think the bigger the disgrace is not being making more of a fuss. I thought Jamie Redknapp spoke really well on it. You know, we can criticise Pundit, but he was like, this is a disgrace, and he was calling it out.
To Jamie Redknapp.
Yeah, well, at least he was talking
about a pair of Skechers trainers.
Yeah, and they're good quality trainers, and if they want to sponsor us, please get in touch. But he was speaking.
What are you bringing Redknapp into it for?
He was speaking about it, and you weren't.
And what's he say?
He said it was a disgrace.
Well, he probably did it with a smile on his face and a pair of Skechers going, buy these.
Nothing to do. He's the one speaking about it, and you can't be asked to watch it because it's further down the table.
Well, I've watched it now, and it's featured right at the start of the show. Let's talk about Matty Cash.
Matty
Cash, Aston Villa, very impressive against West Ham at the weekend. West Ham took a bit of, I think they're going to take a bit of time, aren't they, West Ham? Just very quickly, because we will intersperse some of this as well. West Ham didn't really start any of his new signings.
Yeah, it was a bit
which
strange,
is a bit weird.
wasn't it?
Loyalty to Moyes players when you're not Moyes.
I almost
thought he was going to be there with a Moyes mask going, Skibby-doo.
It was.
Because it was like he picked all of Moyes' players. And I'm like, you're a new manager.
Yeah.
You don't pick. I mean, it might be a fitness thing, but they look like, I think a lot of people were excited by West Ham. I predicted it in my Super Six. I had a brilliant weekend in my Super Six.
Did you?
I picked 3 perfect scores.
Bloody hell.
I went Arsenal 2-0.
Yeah.
I went Brentford 2-1.
Oh, you did, yeah.
Actually, can I just correct referee? Spot on in that game. Absolutely spot on. And I also went Villa 2-1. But yeah, I think West Ham, you wouldn't have to wait a few weeks for them.
Yeah, and Villa really worryingly look really good. I think the big thing we always speak about is continuity, don't we? And then they're going into their 3rd season with that manager, and they just look like they've got the right pieces in the right places and know what they're doing. Let's go back to the top, though. Let's go to Kovacic.
Let's talk about the penalty for Matty Cash. Is there any explanation? This is worse because VAR looks at it now
and tweets out.
What are you saying?
No, it's not a penalty because he gets the ball. There is a bit of a leg tangle.
I mean, it's irrelevant because he's given the penalty anyway. But I almost feel like Souček knows he's not going to get the ball anyway, and does that whole throw your legs back thing to exaggerate it, which he's got rights to do. But there's no part of that. There was people on the watch along on Saturday was saying he doesn't get enough of the ball, and I went, oh, you're right. Check the new Premier League rules. It's actually there now. They've got they've not got the technology for offside yet, but they do have the technology for not enough impact on the ball when you tackle now. So you've got to have 20% velocity on a tackle. I'm taking the piss. You're looking like it's true.
I did believe you then.
Yeah. Well,
there's so many rule changes you don't know where to look and turn.
Yeah.
Do you?
I mean, not having enough touch on the ball.
No, but fortunately, like I think we said, it galvanised them, didn't it, as well? Like they were playing well, and I don't think there was any ever in doubt. So fortunately, the right thing's been done for them, and they've got the 3 points. But yeah.
It was a shocking decision.
I know. I feel for Matty Cash because there's a lot of talk about is his position up for grabs at right back going forward for the season, and you could just see, you know, when he gave it away, it was like, no.
I mean, let us know in the chat about some of this VR stuff. Got loads to get through over the next hour, but also I think with regards to Matty Cash, I almost felt, and I said this on the day, if you're giving a penalty for that, the biggest problem is to think outside the box. And if you're giving a penalty for that, and I'd love to know what Howard Webb justifies it as, because it's not a penalty. But if you're not, what you've got to think as a player and a fan is, if that's going to be a penalty, then what you're basically saying is Matty Cash shouldn't make the tackle. That's the only thing you can do not to give the penalty. If he doesn't make that tackle, Redknapp and co are going to go, he's got to make the tackle there. It's poor defending. So for me, it's a misinterpretation of the game. They don't understand that you've got to try and make the tackle. And if you get something on the ball, you can't give a penalty because if you're telling him it's a penalty, then they're just going to stand there and go, have a shot, and we can't have that.
But also the thing is this new interpretation of like the referee, them like backing the referee with the decision he makes, and I think in some parts across the weekend it worked well because it did feel like the game sped up, like with the Liverpool Ipswich one when Diaz went down, it was quite quick and quite instant. But with this, it's like such a clear mistake where you can see he gets a toe on the ball and changes direction of it, and really that should be like a match-saving tackle that we're all rewarding Matty Cash for.
I thought it was a good tackle,
and he's been punished. So I think that interpretation needs to work both ways, doesn't it? Like you can back the referee and it works, but then if you're backing him into a corner and you've clearly seen a mistake, just tell him, have a little word in his ear.
I just think, look, I get tired of it. I'm sure everyone else gets tired of it. The media keeps sweeping it under the carpet because they're all in cahoots. It's the opening weekend of the Premier League, and we've had 3, maybe 4 massively bad decisions, and it shouldn't be happening because ultimately it keeps happening because the people in charge won't make the changes that need to happen. I've said this for months. What you need to do is have 2 separate entities that aren't mates. You have a VAR room and you have the referees on the pitch. They're not, when Taylor or someone starts going, definitely got the ball, you go, shut it, Taylor. We're not mates. I work for a different organisation through a different boss. You are on the pitch. I know what you're saying, it's a penalty. Shut your gob. Smile to the camera. The professionals are here now. And then you look at it and you go, I can't stand this, Taylor. I'd love to turn it around, but no, you wouldn't do that.
I just think the worst thing was when Mike Dean came out at the start of the last season, didn't he, in his new sort of entertainment role, and he's basically said, there's been decisions where I've sort of backed different VAR decisions because of mates being in charge of games. So, the whole integrity of football in England becomes under question then because you've got mates backing mates, and it's been said it's almost like match fixing then.
That VAR thing is, I disagree that, 1 week Michael Oliver might be on VAR and 1 week he might be on the pitch.
Yeah.
I just think professionalise it, separate the two, get rid of the mates rates, and you'll have a much more consistent theme. 100%. Shah, let's stand up, Will. This is a disgrace.
Just before that, we are live as well, as you can see. So if you want to get your super chats in and you can change the format of the podcast, let us know as I'm about to headbutt.
The Shah one, yeah? Right, this is what happens.
Who are you?
I'll be
Diaz. I've got the hair.
We need a bit. I am a better actor than you. I'm just thinking.
No, I've seen more films.
I should probably play Brereton Diaz.
I've seen more films.
I should probably play Brereton. Anyway, bit of pushing and shoving.
Okay, you're smaller, so you should be Diaz.
Yeah. Okay. What are you talking about?
You're Diaz, so you come to me.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh!
Down. He's down. You okay?
Stand up. Who's getting sent off? You.
Yeah. I think that one, that's such an old school sort. Are you okay? Yeah. I've got a big head.
I probably need stitches, mate.
Yeah, I've got a big head.
I actually injured myself more going down.
Yeah.
Than I did.
Trying to get back up
than
again.
I did with the head.
Of your old age. No, I think that one is just the classic one of like the referee shouldn't be bought for that. Shah shouldn't be throwing his head in. Everyone's in the wrong.
Send them both off is what I say.
Or just give them both yellows.
Or give them both yellow.
It's so early on as well.
What? Yeah, look, a lot of people will say, you can't put your head on a head. You can't put a head on a head. Fine, send him off. But send the prat off who thinks he's in bloody Hollyoaks. That's what I say.
Bet I've met Ben Brereton Diaz, and let me say he's a close personal friend of mine because I met him for 5 minutes.
Well, he should be embarrassed. He should be embarrassed with that.
Yeah, but also if that was in an England shirt and that happened in a World Cup game, we'd be going, finally, we've learnt the errors of our ways. We're, Spain, Italy, they do it for so much and it changes the course of the game. Ultimately for Southampton, it didn't work. But we are in the modern day of gamesmanship. So if you're not going to referee with common sense, more power to Ben, I say.
Well, exactly, and I think, the old cliche would normally be, and I bet they didn't do it on any of the mainstream shows, is that you'd normally say Ben Brereton Diaz, and I've not heard anybody say it, Ben Brereton Diaz is a disgrace. There'll be kids playing football in the local park who will be copying that now to get people sent off, which is never gets mentioned.
Yeah, but it only gets changed if you change the referee.
But ultimately as well, yes, I mean, look, he's not gone up to him Vinnie Jones style and gone, have that, Jimmy.
You're rewarding
he's
action.
Just put a...
No, I know.
It's not enough to... I don't think you should get sent off for that, but if the rule says it should. But 100%, what Diaz does is a separate incident. It's simulation and it's cheating.
Look, he's had 6 months at Villarreal and he's turned into an absolutely award-winning diver, so...
Goldbridge, that's the end of the clip. I'm sure you enjoyed it. In fact, I bet that's the best clip you've ever watched. So there's no reason not to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you never miss a clip again. In fact, smash a like on the video because we all know only legends like videos and you are all legends. So please smash a like on the video and we will see you again on the next one. Thank you very much for watching as always.